I'm Blaze,
I'm Mark,
and this is NAC News.
Nobody else is stronger than I am. Yesterday I moved a mountain. I bet I could be your hero. I am a mighty little man.
Chicken Jockey.
What's that?
It's from Minecraft movies. I have an history on that.
Good evening, North Andrew. As many of you know, on April 4th of this year, the Minecraft movie released, and it's interesting to say the least.
Chicken Jockey! I am Steve. Flint and Steel.
The cast of the movie was weird, like how Jack Black played the main character Steve, and even Jason Momoa as Garrett, the garbage man Garrison, 1980s gamer who fell off more than Kanye West. I went to see this movie with 3 of my friends on Saturday, April 5th. The story goes something like this. Steve finds an orb that is actually a cube that takes him to the Minecraft world. Later, after goofing around and building things, he figures out how to build a nether portal. He lights it with a flint and steel, and when he gets there, there is an ambush of piglin monsters that take Steve's dog, Dennis. After around a minute of Steve looking for Dennis, Steve finds him, though he is trapped in a cage. Steve tries to take Dennis back by force, and then Steve gets kidnapped as well. Dennis steals a key from a conveniently placed piglin guard and tries to take the orb back to the real world. Dennis succeeds in this act and places the orb underneath Steve's waterbed in his house. Around 1 year later, Steve's stuff gets stolen in a storage garage container to Garrett, and the only reason it gets sold is because Garrett thought there was a rare Atari Cosmos still in the package in there. The box of the Atari contained the orb, but Garrett was furious that as there was no Atari. Nevertheless, he takes the stuff he bought and tries to sell it at a shop he owns. And one of the other main characters of the movie, Henry, picks up the orb and it takes him to a portal in the same abandoned mines that Steve went to. I don't want to get too into the story, but you can watch the movie in many theaters, including the Hangar in Maryville. In conclusion, I believe that the multiple different varieties of characters' mentalities in the movie is great, but a major flaw with the movie is that it's very hard to understand the movie's plot. Other than that flaw, I believe that this movie deserves a 4.5 out of 5 stars rating. And if you go to the movie, be prepared for popcorn and drinks being flung around the theater when Steve says chicken jockey.
Hi guys.
Hi.
What was your guys' opinion on the Minecraft movie?
It was peak.
I thought it was great. One of my favorite movies of all time. Gonna have to see it again.
Did you make it to State FFA?
No.
Joey has a story on who did.
State FFA is on the 23rd, 24th, and the 25th in Columbia, Missouri. 3 teams qualified for state: Evan, Carson, Isaac, and Jackson for food science, Electra, Maddie, Gracie, and Jocelyn for flowers. Good luck at State FFA.
Do you celebrate Easter in Thailand?
Nah.
I have a story on Easter.
A one-time-a-year holiday. It is on the first Sunday after a full moon in March. Most people for Easter have Easter egg hunts, and that's where all the kids go out and find all the eggs laying around the yard to get all the candy in them. Most people go to church in the morning after the Easter egg hunt. Then later that night they have Easter dinner. Most people have ham or turkey. It is kind of like Christmas dinner. Easter is a religious holiday for Christians. It represents the resurrection of Jesus Christ. Some other traditions that people like to do other than Easter egg hunt is get real eggs and paint or dry them. Or they get Easter baskets that have lots of stuff in them. And when people go to church on Easter, most people get Easter clothes such as nice dresses or nice clothes in general.
What are your plans for Easter this weekend?
We're gonna have a family dinner on Sunday. Probably shoot some hoops outside. Play with the kids, hang out, clean the house, normal adult stuff.
What are you doing for Easter this weekend?
I'm gonna mess around with my family members. I'm probably gonna ride my dirt bike. I'm gonna find Easter eggs.
What are you doing on Easter this weekend?
Dinner. Dinner.
What's your plans for Easter this weekend?
So I have family dinner with my husband's family at noon, and then at supper I'm going to my family and we're having a fish fry.
What are you doing for Easter this weekend?
Going to McDonald's. Eating food. Going to my grandma's. Going to my grandparents.
What's your plans for Easter this weekend?
I'm gonna play some Fortnite.
What are you doing for Easter this weekend?
I'm working and hanging out with my family. I'm sleeping.
You know we are a step closer to a real life Jurassic Park?
Nuh-uh, really?
Yeah, they bring back Direwolf. I have a story on that.
After the success of Woolly Mouse, on April 7, 2025, a company named Colossal Bioscience claimed to successfully clone the direwolf. The direwolf, or Inoscience dirus, is an extinct species of canines. They went extinct for about 10,000 years ago, likely due to the disappearance of their primary prey, climate change, and possibly hunted down by humans. Colossal claim that they have their own study team that contains 6 colossal science, with 2 specimens of direwolf to study, which is 1 ear bone and 1 tooth. The study resulted in more than 500 direwolf DNA to study from more. After they have the DNA of direwolf, they begin to analyze the DNA of it and compare it to the DNA of gray wolf, Canis lupus, which they claim to be the closest living relatives of direwolf, sharing 99.5% of the DNA codes, which deduct the study on 2021 suggests that the direwolf is closer to the genus Lupulella or black-back and side-strip jackal. The significant found by colossal scientists is the difference between L. Coro gene of direwolf and gray wolf, which is gene related to body size and growth. Colossal used non-invasive DNA sampling, which is painless for the wolf itself and easier to reprogramming during cloning. With all the research, Colossal scientists do the multiplex gene editing, allows them to simultaneously targeting the modification of multiple genes or genomic regions without putting too much stress to the gene itself. Result is the cell that is more direwolf-like than the gray wolf-like. Then they use the process called cloning to turn those cells into direwolf pups. On October 1st, 2024, first 2 cloned direwolf have born, Remus and Romulus. Both are male, and a few months later, on 30th January 2025, the female was born, named Khaleesi. And after 18 months of life, they will fully grow. This is another step for bioscience, genetics engineering, and medical science. Colossal also have another project on an endangered and extinct species that we will wait and see on the future.
I'm Blaze,
I'm Mark.
and that was NAC News. See you next time.
Boom!